Citizens of Pandora and the Reject Nation, welcome. We are here to do a commentary for Avatar, The Way of Agua. We're excited to do this. The first one is already up on the channel. Go check it out if you haven't already. Now, John.
Yes.
I've only seen this film one time in theaters with my beloved father and my older brother, Michael. So there's going to be a great deal that I don't totally remember, but I'm excited, man. I remember enjoying this. It was quite a theater-going experience, so I'm excited to go back into the waters here with James Cameron and Jake and Neytiri and the crew here. How are you feeling, Bretta?
I'm good, my Andrew. I'm good. It's the morning as we're shooting this. We're starting off the day with a thick boy. So this will be a trial by water.
Hey.
But I'm excited. I saw this a couple times in theaters and also was lucky enough in the recent days to attend a screening of like the behind-the-scenes making of documentary for this movie. So I actually have a whole bunch of morsels to throw at you guys about the weird tech and stuff that went into this. But either way, I remember being very dazzled by this at the time, especially in a modern tech-heavy age. One of the few movies that felt like, wow, we're seeing something totally new. So yeah, I'm excited to dive back in and see if it holds up.
Well said. Agreed. Anyways, guys, full-length reaction where you can sync up with your own copy. We wanted to do Disney Plus. It was not available for us for reasons. So we are watching it on Amazon Prime. I will give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown. It's going to be like you're watching with John and myself. And yeah, also Greg and John exclusively cover many other TV shows and highlights over there. Over on our Patreon page where we call you Royal Rejects. It really helps support us. It goes a long way. It's a nice community over there. It keeps the lights on, keeps the host coming back in. Yeah. It's a nice way, or a really helpful way to offset a lot of the monetization issues that we run into on a day-to-day basis here with just all the copyright claims. So just any support you give us really, again, goes a very long way. We appreciate you so much. Also, you can become a Righteous Reject, 15% discount. Look at some of these new things we got here. Reject things over for season 5 of Stranger Things to get you ready here. And I don't know what you are. What you got the sheet, the Cult of She-Jacks.
It's my blue shirt.
Yeah,
there's
so many other lovely things over there. 15% discount. RejectNationShop.com. Go get yourself some awesome stuff. Also, stuff that's reactions that are not commentaries. You get to drive a lot of the narrative when it comes to asking us questions. If you are a Righteous Reject, or a Royal Reject rather, Righteous Reject, you get to shop on there and get the discount, but a Royal Reject, you get to ask us questions. We will individually shout you out, and you also get a little bit of a preview of our schedule, so you get some perks. Also, go follow us over on social media, over on our Real Rejects page, over on John's page, my page. John is posting up every day like crazy.
He
is
always
posting. Hey, he's living his life. I appreciate it. I love him so much. But anyways, guys, we're going to get right into my brother. We're going to get into Avatar, The Way of Water in 3, 2. Nudity!
That's right. Well, they let the Na'vi be very natural, They only need as much as they, have to cover the important parts, the parts that you need to shield from the elements.
Is there a skinny dipping scene I did not remember?
Definitely.
Is Kate Winslet going to be being drawn by someone? I know she's in the movie.
There's a pair of naked legs, and then Payakan snatches them down.
Cliff Curtis is going to be drawing Kate Winslet. I knew it.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I'm enthralled already, in a trance.
Back through the mist, into the unknown. Oh,
nice.
The floating mountains.
Oh, keeping the James Horner theme, even though he was gone at this point.
Oh, yeah. I forget who took over. We're going to have to pay attention to that. Score by credit.
I remember in the theater, I was actually kind of weeping a little bit, thinking about James Horner.
This is actively making me sad that we're not in an IMAX theater right now.
I know. I want to rewatch this in the theater, too.
The forests of Pandora hold many dangers.
Yeah.
Isn't that the shot in the teaser, right?
I think so. Look at that play of light. Look at the textures.
But the most dangerous thing about Pandora...
Oh, and we're back in 3D.
Ooh. Too much.
Uh-oh. It's fascinating because the first movie is so impressive in its execution, and yet this feels like so many miles ahead.
We sing the song chords to remember. Each beat, a story in our life.
Yeah, the first one's about this classic outsider, the fish out of water, and now he's got to protect his family.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so cute.
Neteyam.
I want one.
When we adopted our daughter, Kitty,
Kitty.
born of Grace's avatar.
Oh my God, she does have a nipple. I did not notice that in IMAX the first time. I'm surprised they let them do that. Oh,
This is beautiful that he's found so much purpose in life. A family.
The people say we live in Awa.
and Awa lives in us.
And Awa lives in us.
Hey.
I would imagine that CCH Pounder that came back.
I wonder if they had a real baby that just drew a bunch of dots on their face.
Probably. James Cameron, knowing him, I would not be surprised. Who knows?
Oh yeah, this stuff too. These water sims are crazy.
Oh, this is from the end of the
We
first
sent
movie,
sky
right?
people back to
Yeah.
Earth.
Hey.
A few of them stayed. Science guys, loyal to the Nazi.
I wonder
Oh,
if
we
they
didn't even
had
see-
to adjust that shot to match some of this stuff because it did look like older animation, some of it.
I do remember this character.
Orphaned by the
Yeah.
war, he was raised by the lab guys.
Spider.
Going to the village.
Eh.
He wasn't part of our family. He was like a stray cat, just always around.
But if I'd seen this when I was a little kid, I would have been like all spidered up afterwards. Been in the backyard with my fake gas mask, oxygen mask.
Yeah, but that's judging a book by its cover. Always judge people by the content of their character. I understand why Neytiri would do that, though. After what she's experienced with humans, I get it.
I hate you.
That.
I hate you, Todd. Oh. No, penis face.
Whoa, she got a penis face? Damn. Acknowledgement of certain anatomy in the Avatar universe.
That's a big one.
Like, look how much better the hair movement has gotten, the textures of the hair.
It still looked incredible in the first one, but they've definitely made vast improvements.
Well, and the light is just so gorgeous, and the way it shines through hair, and it, you know, scown.
Oh, great transition into photo.
I had forgotten in the first one about the bioluminescence, and I really do love that touch. Like, that is some of the most wondrous stuff in these movies, is like these constellations
yeah.
of markings and freckles in the, you know, channels of the streams below. These glowy crystals.
It adds so much beauty and charm to the
Can
world.
vanish in a heartbeat.
Oh no. I also forgot that they like embraced the time jump on this one.
It could only mean one thing.
Sky people.
Coming back for revenge.
Love that with the lens flare too.
Exhilarating.
You know what that means? J.J. Abrams directed that shot.
Old lens flare himself.
They want more unobtainium, John.
In my headcanon, that's just something that the Giovanni Ribisi character just really wants to make stick, but it's not the official name yet.
No, that's the official name. I'm just telling myself it.
Oh my goodness. They're great at making this feel like an alien invasion to like some kind of potentially malevolent, you know.
Yeah, totally. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And god, yeah, the speed of the blast moving, and you see like the little birds and how slow they are by comparison.
You know what this is giving me a visual reminder of? Terminator 2 Judgment Day with the hydrogen bomb.
You know what? I think you are correct on that. I think this is very much supposed to be a Judgment Day-esque moment. My God, just the sheer scale is insane. You really feel, even on a small screen, how huge this stuff must be.
And James Cameron was able to do that in the first Terminator with the hunter killers and all. Just really give scope and scale.
Oh, yeah.
With a $7 million budget.
He's a master of that shit.
Yes.
1 year later. Still with the papyrus font, too. Love to see it. Gotta commit. Hey. You hear me? Damn. Whoa. That's right. The perspective shift.
Yeah, because he's waking up from the moment of being shot,
Yeah.
right, with the arrows.
Yeah.
So you got to imagine how unsettling that is.
Save his unit. Lyle?
Is that the one from Daredevil? Or
I think it is.
you got to love the pathos and the irony of turning into something that of which you hate the most. But also the power that it gives you, too. There's some fascinating beats to that.
Just what the hell am I supposed to say now?
Just remind him how this works.
Hey, my man.
See this? This is all your memories and your personality. We're gonna send it back to Earth where you're growing in a lab as we speak.
Reminds me of The Sixth Day with Arnold, a film I really liked, by the way, the sin cording.
You're recom now, Colonel. Loaded with my memories and my charm.
Sure.
You won't remember is my death because it hasn't happened yet. And it ain't
Oh,
gonna.
okay.
It ain't gonna.
So I did make the mistake of just saying that he's waking up from dying.
Remember, kid, a Marine can't be defeated. Oh, you can kill us, but we'll just regroup in hell.
That is one of the baddest ass sign-offs I've ever seen.
You know who he kind of looks like, his look? Tommy Lee Jones's character in, was it the toy movie?
Oh, Major Chip Hazard.
Major Chip Hazard? Doesn't he a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. God, yeah, look at these. The light and the fog, or the
What's
mist,
that?
I should say.
What's that movie called? Small Soldiers?
Yeah, Joe Dante.
Who did Gremlins 1 and 2?
Sadly, is not doing Gremlins 3.
Is that Chris Columbus, right?
Yeah, well, he co-wrote the original, so it
yeah.
could work. I find it, interesting. You still got, it's a dramatic version of it, but it's still kind of the wonder theme.
This scene just really reinvigorates how no matter what happens, they always find a way to regroup.
Well, and it really continues feeling like a war movie in a different way. This feels more like, yeah, we have the upper hand now against the Sky People.
Loak! Damn, let's go! Loak! Move! Take that!
Oh yeah, Loak.
Very rebellious.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but now he's got 2 jobs, to protect his sons and to do the mission.
Wow. I forgot how much stuff there is to...
Oh, that is straight up from Terminator 2 Judgment Day when they shoot down the hunter killer. I love that shot.
It's funny, we learned so much about how they did the water stuff. I wonder what they improved upon for these sequences. Because, like, this train has to be all animated. It was probably just a big piece of metal that they put, like, a few markers on.
What are you doing here, boy? What the hell were you thinking? Sorry, sir.
Sir. That's right.
Like a military background that they grew up in.
Our mission is to hunt down and kill.
So we're
The
Terminators.
Navi insurgency, the one they call Toruk Makto.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They just got actual lights up there. I like, too, that, there's like a bit of a combination of, natural elements and then some machinery that they've salvaged.
I'm thinking too, sorry to make all these Terminator comparisons, but, we got the director here, so I'm naturally going to, especially when the themes are relevant. But Neytiri's arc with accepting Spider is very much similar to Ellen Ripley with Bishop and also with Sarah Connor with the Terminator.
Yeah.
Very reminiscent, and I like it.
James Cameron likes people overcoming their differences.
Yeah.
Jesus, I let you 2 geniuses fly a mission and you disobey direct orders. Kitty, can you go help your grandmother with the wounded?
My brother is wounded.
That's Sigourney Weaver, right?
Yeah. It's funny. I can tell more now that I'm aware.
I remember the first time I saw it, I wasn't aware until I looked it up. I was like, is that Sigourney?
The first movie, he's reaching out beyond that to a more holistic way of life. And here, he's got so much more of his military presence.
Yeah, but I think it's more for survival at this point, right? Because they're in a war.
No, totally. Like it makes sense by the circumstance, but I'm also saying just like the way he behaves and how he runs his family is very much like, a general or something like that, and his subordinates.
You are move. You are grandmother, but Jan the Bark is better.
Ow!
Sigourney's doing a great job with her voice. She really sounds extremely of that age, too.
I was going to say, I'm curious to note the finer points of her performance here now that, again, I'm watching this from a state of great awareness.
You know what really sucks, though? Is you can breathe the earth air for hours, and I can only breathe your air for, 10 seconds.
Yeah, monkey boy, that really sucks.
Yeah.
They've got such a brother and sister dynamic, all of them.
Oh, yeah.
It's so adorable to watch.
Well, and it's cool that they came up with so many ways for them to actually be able to perform together.
Oh, looking at Sigourney Weaver's avatar now. Her mom.
Sometimes it's not so great to know who your father was. Whatever. Don't even remember him.
No, Spider.
Dude.
Spider,
Spidey.
you are not him.
It's It's a very hard thing in life, breaking the cycle.
Yeah.
What you came from, or where you came from.
Well, and making peace with where you came from as well. And the whole debate of, like, especially if you don't know a member of your family, but you know they're out there, what does the blood connection mean now? And again, always love a, sort of dusty industrial futurescape. I feel like dusty, scuzzy sci-fi always lends an element of credence to the more shiny and pristine stuff.
That's all.
I love the smell of Pandora in the morning.
It's interesting seeing an Avatar wearing sunglasses.
Oh, yeah. What is this, Edie Falco?
Our task here is to tame this frontier. Nothing less than to make Pandora the new home for humanity.
We gotta terraform this shit.
But before we can do that, we need to pacify the hostages.
Yeah, we need to commit genocide.
Yeah. I love this. You gotta maneuver that coffee up here.
Any intel on Sully's base of operations?
When are we gonna get a maglev?
I don't think he cares about humans living there. He just wants to kill Sully.
We believe your blue team will be perceived as indigenous and will not trigger the immune response.
Right as the screen goes dead behind her.
The hard way.
Outstanding.
He's so hard right now. To shed all your military gear, though. Yeah, this movie's smart because it lets you fall back in love a bit with, Pandora as we've come to know it, and then we see what they're up against. And then, right when we're kind of settled in, now they're going to push us out of here.
Yeah, we've got to get the Sully family to flee from the environment that we know and love.
Well, and we have to establish the kids in their status quo, too. We have to establish what the family is like now and what their life is. Comment below, do you watch these movies at home? Because, that is one thing about these. Is watching this now makes me crave, a massive screen.
Yeah.
Some movies are, just as good on a
I'm
TV.
I'm still enjoying it here, but it this is why I said to Greg, I'm not reacting to the third movie here. I'm seeing this in the theater. Regardless of whatever you think of the storylines, I have to see these movies in theaters.
Cool.
The wonder, the mystery, the beauty.
Yeah. And all this is just Sigourney Weaver on a soundstage, just laying on the floor.
With motion capture.
Yeah, with a bunch of dots on her
all
face. Watching that documentary about how they made all this was fascinating because, when you're seeing them just in the soundstage, it looks like a community theater experiment or something. It's just a bunch of people in suits doing an acting exercise together while they,
Now, John, I kind of now want to see the Predator versus an Avatar. That'd be a fun film.
There's nothing that says they couldn't exist in the same universe. It's cool too that you got.
Oh, that's from the first film, the ending, right?
Yeah,
where Jake was.
It's cool that you've got the kids also being able to demonstrate what knowledge and skills they have picked up from Jake. Loak is tracking these footsteps.
Oh, that's the suit he was in.
That's his mech, yeah.
Quaritch.
Dude, you about to rediscover your death.
He's going all Batman detective mode now. Oh, he's actually seeing the body.
Yeah, that's right. I remember this. Skeleton. And it's funny because now having Spider in the group is interesting dramatically, but it's also a great way to continuously sell the rest of the animated characters by having one human reference point.
Oh, right. One of his dads, or his dad was one of these guys. Or was Quaritch, I mean.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I spaced out on that.
You're going to be in so much trouble.
Kitty, stop. Guys, come on.
It's almost eclipse. Come on.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Even Spider has the snarls and hisses.
Yeah, well, he spent so much time with them.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, yeah, it shows how much he's part of their culture.
4 fingers. We got a half-breed.
Jesu Christe.
Show me your fingers.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What luck for Quaritch that they just immediately stumbled upon these kids.
Well, it's a very small planet. There's not that many Na'vi, so it's...
What's your name, kid?
Spider. Socorro.
Oh, shit.
Miles?
Ben Dyson?
I figured they sent you back to Earth.
Can't put babies in cryo, dipshit.
Yeah, you should have thought of that. That's a cool future limitation, too.
Truly intriguing to see the differences in parenting, even though he's only known his son. Hasn't seen his son in a long time, rather.
I mean, he's not even seen him when he's been like a sentient human, it seems like. He was a little baby last time.
Yeah.
If that.
But I mean, the contrast in parenting between Jake and Quaritch.
These little plants that are like brushing out their ankles and stuff like that are very convincing too. I wonder if they had any real plants in any of these shots.
Yeah, there's nothing after that.
It's gotta be weird watching your own demise that way.
I mean, him and Thanos must feel the same way about it.
Got the scars on the skull.
Guys, he just gonna... where's Linda Hamilton? Have her step on it.
You want us to recover these remains?
Alas, poor Quaritch, I hardly knew ye.
To be or not to be?
Ah, crush it. Crush the old ways. Crush your old weaknesses.
James Cameron likes skulls being smashed up. Luminescent lights. So the bioluminescent lights are so beautiful. I love the way they react to the water at nighttime.
Yeah, and even just the pores on their skin, like.
Yeah, it's so convincing. Never think that you're watching CGI characters. Dude, every last detail, even the eye colors, everything is so freaking beautiful.
Woo! God damn. And yeah, just the flashes off the muzzle, totally different light color. I recognize
Trauma,
those
PTSD.
feathers. Nah, he's excited. He's like, I know exactly who I gotta kill.
Well, it's trauma, PTSD, and also revenge I want, because I know who this belongs to.
Why don't you come on out, Mr. Sully? You and I, we got some
Unfinished business.
I have no unfinished business.
You're not a ghost?
Demon! I will kill you as many times as I have to.
What a badass line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But we love them just the same. Oh, yeah. Let's go, Loak. Oh, Jesus.
Woo!
Good job,
Nice
Jake.
save.
God. And they're really good at making the guns feel very powerful and formidable, making them feel threatening and scary. It's these angry rips of orange light through all the blue and
Cameron,
green.
nobody does grenade launchers and a minigun like Arnold. Sorry, man.
Blue 1, get back to the rally point now.
Oh, spider.
Oh, you do have a heart.
Well, it's his son.
Well,
I guess if you're gonna find one tiny weak point or shed of humanity in him, it would be his son.
Yeah, totally.
I like how he's moving and behaving like a Na'vi. He's been indoctrinated with Na'vi.
I mean, he's grown up there.
Yep, makes sense. That just shows what if he would have grown up under Quaritch, he
yeah, it's nurture.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Totally different kid.
I'm glad he didn't grow up under Quaritch. He's a lot better of a human being now, or slash Na'vi.
He's hunting us.
The children, everything they've ever known, the forest, this is our home.
Our children.
We are a people. That is our home.
My father gave me this bow as he lay dying, and he said, protect the people.
Yeah, but the people.
This will protect the people. Quaritch has Spider. That kid knows everything. If the people harbor us, they will die.
This is how Jake knows. This is how Jake knows to protect the people.
That's how you save your home. Yeah, you gotta leave.
I got no plan, but I can protect this family. That I can do. Wherever we go, this family is our fortress.
Hey, if ever your fortress breaks, you're always safe in mine.
Oh, damn. Dude, that water just coming down.
Yeah, well, and the way they're able to really translate like the subtle movements of her face as she's beginning to cry. Whoa!
Oh, I would break on that thing.
I was gonna say,
I'd be like, stop. Just, I'll tell you whatever you want to know. All right, Batman and Robin's the best movie ever.
Which clans would be harboring you?
I don't know. You're gonna have to kill me.
He's not gonna stop until you give us something. Where is he?
they're friggin' torturing this kid.
Hey.
Oh, you growing a soft spot.
General, let me try the personal angle.
He's not your son.
Oh. Like, you are an avatar now. You are not Quaritch.
Yeah. Well, and even his humanity is sort of underfoot in a line like that.
Dude, they have given the character already so much more depth in the first hour than we got in the whole first movie, in my opinion. Just the layer of the sun, giving him some humanity. I'm like, the one note we got, as much fun as it was in the first movie, I'm appreciating how he's written in this movie so much more.
Yeah, if you're going to continue his story, you better give him more of a story. See how this place affects him, too, in a deeper way.
We good?
And what's fascinating, too, is he yearns to be a Na'vi so bad.
Yeah.
And an Avatar, but, like, and this is what his dad became.
I thought you might want this.
Oh, not really, man.
It's like, dude,
It's Colonel Miles Quaritch.
I reject my dad.
Killed in action.
Want your mangy tag.
I'm not your father. Technically, you and I, we're nothing to each other.
I've got memories of love.
I can get you out of here. I'm not going to ask you to betray Jake Sully.
He's trying to emotionally manipulate him.
Just ride along. Otherwise, I got to give you back to the lab coats.
Fascinating. This is a good setup, too, because you're like, okay, clearly he's using him, but this is also like the seed that will grow into them having an actual relationship of some kind, or at least some kind of begrudging respect.
The leader must die. Toruk Makto will disappear.
He hasn't been on I forgot what the animal creatures are called, the flying ones. He hasn't been on the one from the first movie yet, has he? The big one, right?
Yeah, not the huge one.
But that did answer our question from the first movie. What happens to the original one he had? He still keeps that connection. God dang, look at the water.
Yeah, I mean, those are hard simulations to do, water. And, like, the amount of innovation that has been done up until the first Avatar and then what they innovated for this movie is insane.
There's one thing we know about Cameron. The man loves water. Pretty sure he's a scuba diver as well. Certified. No.
God, look at the way their hair whips through the wind. Like, that alone used to be so freaking hard to sell. Like, these movies have really pushed us to a point where you can kind of do anything with CG, or at least most things.
I just want to go to a tropical landscape like this in the water somewhere. Preferably, I'd like to be an Avatar, but...
I was going to say, even the water beyond the barrier is like a different hue.
Oh, that is so freaking cool.
Yeah, well, you had those big stone arches in the forest, and now you have these ones that look like they're made of wood. That tribal percussion going.
God dang. I want to come here.
A Metkayina village.
John, let's book our next trip here.
Imagine the future where those, like, you know, Star Tours-esque travelogue ads are, you know, a real thing. Come visit Pandora.
Wow. Look how the sand is moving and the water.
Yeah.
Everything just blends so perfectly together.
Looks so authentic. It's crazy. And I know some of this is in volume.
Be nice.
Oh, look at the differences on light blue and darker blue, too.
Yeah, they're more marine colored.
Yeah.
To blend in probably with the sea.
I do recall that they have to learn how to breathe more underwater.
Dude, the actors, like, yeah, had to do dive training.
Look, what is that? Is that supposed to be a tail?
We're just from a different part of the world, all right? We got different evolutionary needs. Oh, yeah, this specifically, they innovated a bunch of stuff so that they would be able to ride things in water that could then propel out of water and dive back in.
You know the first movie I ever saw with Cliff Curtis? One of my least favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger films, Collateral Damage.
Oh, is he in that?
He's the villain. I strongly dislike that film. One of the few Arnold films I don't like.
I love the sort of Maori-inspired tattoos.
A sanctuary for my family.
We are rich people. You are forest people. Your skills will mean nothing here.
We will learn your ways.
Oh, boy. Oh, no.
Like how she's sizing them up.
Their tails are weak. You will be slow in the water.
We are adaptable.
These children are not even true Na'vi.
Oh, shit.
Look, I was born of the Sky People, and now I am Na'vi, right? You can adapt.
My husband was Toruk Makto.
You've heard the legends.
The clans to victory against the Sky People.
Keep my husband's name out your fucking mouth. This is a tough prospect, though. You got to acknowledge that you're bringing danger our way.
We cannot let you bring your war here.
I'm done with war. I just want to keep my family safe.
War ain't done with you.
War will always follow you.
Torok Maktor and his family will stay with us.
Damn, dude. There was a whole conference with their eyes.
But they do not know the sea.
Swift decisions. That's why he's a leader,
they will
John.
be like babies, taking their first breath.
They will be idiots.
My son, Arnon, our daughter Tsireya, will show your children what to do.
Oh, one of the sons is going to really like that.
Come.
Oh,
I will show you our village.
She's way nicer than the other guy. Oh, yeah, these two. I forgot their little braided pathways, their little trampoline bridge.
See, this is fascinating because Jake, when he, like the wonder and the mystery of coming to the forest for the first time, and now they're getting to experience that here.
He's very good at choosing to intersperse moments of wonder throughout, even when the plot is kicking up and the threats are rising.
And us, the audience, get to experience that with them.
No, 100%. Like, yeah, this is all for us, you know? Like, it makes sense that this is what they would be doing. Yeah, this stuff they did a ton of innovation on because they needed to figure out how to shoot people above water and below water, often in the same shot. And they shoot most of the motion capture stuff above water with infrared, but I guess the infrared rays wouldn't reach far enough to get good shots on anybody underwater. So the underwater stuff is ultraviolet and the above water stuff is infrared, and they found a way to like marry the two digitally.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so you can kind of have the same shot switch from one to the other.
I could see if Tom Cruise worked on this film, he'd be like to James Cameron, I'll be underwater all day. I don't care.
That's what a lot of these actors did, though. Like, they were underwater for like 5 or 6 minutes, just holding breath and you know, performing. They're like, we need to get everybody to a point where they can get immersed in the water and then have enough time to perform and then come back up, you know? So, yeah, everybody.
Wonder what the temperature of the water was. Did you ever find that info out?
You know, they didn't say, but I have to imagine they kept it palatable.
Yeah, because I do know for Titanic, that water was pretty cold so that they could really get the full expression and right mood of how everyone was feeling in that water. And then everyone would jump into a hot water after that when they called cut.
These are beautiful. Like, yeah, in the underground, the underwater, like the marine life that they've orchestrated here, like that big translucent, like, I don't know what to even call that. It like kind of an eel, but it had like different segments and stuff. Yeah, they're learning, man.
It's like being an expert at a video game and someone comes in for the first time. What's wrong? Why can't they play like I can?
I guess they took the whole cast on an actual night dive as well. And yeah, you got to see them. Like, there was this big stingray and stuff like that that like floats by them.
Wherever he is, we'll find him. And his batshit crazy wife, too.
Yeah, I'm like, why couldn't they put her in a Navi?
If the body, right? They could only like do what they did with Sigourney
We
Weaver.
braid Navi. God, yeah, and the little fibers on their braids.
Very reminiscent of Neytiri teaching Jake in the first movie. I love it.
And this, they had like a special rig that the actors could hold on to, and they had like a bunch of water, like a big jet basically pushing current, so it looked like they were traveling really fast. Well, and it shows you that like even the people of this place, this big connected place, have their own cultures and their own prejudices. You come from a different place and you don't have the skills that would make you useful in this place, so we're gonna, you know, take the piss out of you all the time.
That is so cool. I love it. Oh, I love how the camera's tracking with him.
Well, that's what they said, too. They needed to create a system so that they could have the actors ride something that could shoot up, you know, above the surface. They had this big, like, hydro rocket thing that would basically pull in water and blast it downwards so it would propel you up. And then, yeah, they needed to be able, in the same shot, to submerge themselves without the actors falling off. Obviously, that scene, you know.
Oh.
Obviously,
Damn,
that moment, he beefed it, but yeah.
Feel the power of how strong it is just from the blood on his wrist.
Mm-hmm. It also had some interesting back and forths between the stuff they did in The Abyss. because he had to innovate a lot of interesting like underwater photography and effects for that.
Go check out mine and my fellow Geek's reaction to The Abyss. Hopefully we can get Greg to allow us to do the director's cut at some point.
I would love to watch that. I've never seen either version.
Maybe all three of us will do it.
Hey, you're getting it. You're getting it.
This is always fun, seeing trial by error and the hero's journey. I like that better than just being good at something right away. It doesn't resonate, at least with me.
No, yeah, I think that's, again, these movies get dogged for being very long, but I think stuff like this actually really helps. You get to see them both experiencing the wonder of the world and learning new ways to survive in it, and how, yeah, different conditions, create a different lifestyle.
Dude, the fact that he's able to move like this in a human body is so damn impressive.
He was born in the Pandora, molded by it.
What? Navi kids younger than me do this with their bare hands.
Yeah.
Sounds like a challenge.
Yeah.
Jake Sully did it the hard way.
What do you think?
I do like that they're bringing out his competitive spirit, his like alpha male spirit, where it's like, well, I got to do it the hard way if that's how we do it.
Trying to give him a psychological edge to anything over Sully.
Well, as much as he seems to, abide by his mission, and he certainly doesn't have the kindest feeling towards the Navi, he's willing to very much immerse himself into their world.
Papa's here.
That's a cool shot of Stephen Lang. Wow, we got the punch in. That's crazy. I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Yeah, Colonel, get some.
Get some, Colonel.
Before your birth and after.
God dang. Even in the water, it looks so freaking gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, and two, yeah, you get the impact of like the first movie when you're in the forest at night and you first see all that bioluminescence. Now you get to behold that again, recontextualized underwater.
It's dazzling. I remember in the theater just being like floored. Like, ah.
You special. She sees it.
Yeah, she's like, I claimed you were just a savage of the sky people.
Yeah,
so much about you I didn't understand.
I mean, you're not even real Navi.
Wow.
Back off, fish lips.
Fish lips.
Bye-bye. Look at them. They're all freaks. The whole family.
Oh, shit.
Just a freak.
He's
like me.
He's very sensitive and a hothead.
First I ball it up real tight like this. Okay? Then.
Yeah. Damn, dude.
Punch, bitch. Never touch my sister again.
Get away from her, you bitch.
Damn, it's very visceral. You really feel every punch.
And again, the water splashing all over them like is insane looking. The amount of crazy simulations happening here is crazy.
He's the chief's son.
Yeah.
I don't care how you do it. Just go make peace. Just go.
Sucks, but we gotta blend in here.
Yeah, we don't want to draw attention.
That's what the other guys look like.
Worse.
Good job.
That's good.
Yeah. Don't ever let them talk to your sister like that.
I like giving Jake a little bit of an ornery streak too. Like, hey, I've been dad, I've been laying down the law, but hey, did you give him a good licking?
Yeah, for sure. Dude, he's still a father at the end of the day. When his children talk to him that way.
I'm sorry I hit you so many times.
Like how you can see the bruises too. It looks really good.
This way. I know a good spot.
Uh-oh.
No, I don't know. You read all those looks. Come on, Loak, look at their faces.
Then they left him in open water, John. It's abandoned him.
Yeah, you guys suck.
Hey, guys! Hey!
That's not even like a funny joke.
Yeah, this is messed up.
Whoa!
It's a good thing he didn't get his steed there.
It's open water and the shallows combined.
Thank God for this reef thing, as long as it lasts. Well, it's fascinating, too, because I know they had, like, monitors and stuff to get certain shots, but you can also, with the information they have, kind of create a shot from scratch that looks like about anything. So it's always a miracle to me that they get these movies made at all, because, like, you have just infinite options now, or at least the way they shoot this.
This creates obstacles.
Yeah, you run out of air. You need one of those jetpack jellyfish things. Well, and this too goes back to actual diving, the shit that they learned, because you do have to kind of relax your body so that you're using less oxygen. And they say your body will do these, you know, almost convulsions because your body wants to breathe and it thinks it has less time with the oxygen.
Whoa! Way to go, Willie.
Is that our boy? Is that
That's our boy.
Tyakon?
He's not on a rock, right? He's on. Yeah, he's on. Like, you can see it's breathing.
Yeah, but it's a cool mislead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the blowholes. And yeah, they said for this stuff, they actually kind of built the back of him anyway so that they would have something to stand on that would be pretty much like, you know, this actual creature's back. And they even had like blowholes built in so you would know where or where not to step.
So adorable.
You're a Tokun. You saved my life. Thank you.
I saved your life.
We are forever grateful.
Buddy, I have no idea what you just said.
Can you get that thing out of my arm, please?
Yeah.
They hurt you, didn't they?
The sky people?
No shit, Sherlock.
Oh, that's so cool, giving us a POV.
Well, and his vision is a totally other color palette. It's like a way more tungsten-y orange.
Oh. Poor buddy.
Yeah, seriously.
Aw.
Aw. I wonder what their vision is like since they have eyes on, you know, such disparate sides of their heads. Where are you going? Oh, he's so happy. He's so happy.
So happy together.
I gotta say, this is really dazzling. This really is dazzling. I know people, you know, are more divided on the first movie, but I feel like this one, you know, especially for these types of sequences alone, is worth it. Stuff like this is just so beautiful, and I love, again, that this universe, these movies are marked by a certain spiritual quality.
You can tell what kind of battles he's been through. He just wants to live in harmony and peace.
He's just gonna hold hands and float for a while. That shot. Man.
Yeah, I remember that. Ugh. Dude.
My dad came from the star. That right there.
Oh yeah, where's the Earth Star?
Oh man, I'm in trouble.
Nah, dude, not when they see.
I will see you again.
Aw, dude.
Buddy.
Aw, looking out for my man. I almost feel like it would be
the
better.
bioluminescent lights coming off of. How do you pronounce? Is it a
Tulkhan? I think they said.
Tulpan. Sorry, Tulpan.
Tulkhan with a K.
Tulkhan. I love how the lights come off of him too. It's so beautiful.
He's fine. He's fine.
He's not gonna rat on him.
A few scratches.
Although they already mentioned that it was him that did it.
Pray for the strength that I will not pluck the eyeballs out of my youngest son.
My son knows better than to take him outside the reef. The blame is his.
No, this was my idea.
Oh.
Look.
I'm sorry.
Aw, they know that he's not telling the truth. And yet, what a great way to earn that extra ounce of respect.
The ocean blessed you with a gift, brother.
The Tulkun have not returned yet. And anyway, no Tulkun is ever alone.
Tulkun, there we go.
Tulkun.
He had a missing fin, like a stump on the left side.
Payakan.
Payakan?
A young bull who went rogue. He's outcast, alone, and he has a missing fin.
He's a loose cannon cop on the edge.
You were lucky to be alive.
Telling you guys, he saved my life.
He's so sweet.
That looks incredible. That looks real.
It's good to see you.
And it's fascinating because we see so many movies that are heavily reliant on CG that feel like it, and this doesn't feel like it, even though you know it. Aww. Look at these guys. Well, and it's the credit to the movie that they make you want to live in these scenes, you know, indefinitely, kind of. Especially in this second movie, I feel like these wonder moments, these just, you know, sort of vibing with the environment moments. Like the fact that at least I, as a viewer, kind of like get wrapped up in them and don't want them to end, I think is a real feat.
I think there is something tranquil and beautiful about resonating with something that can't actually speak back to you, but you feel that it is similar to you. They can't communicate with each other. We just saw that.
Well, yeah, it's a primal thing. I mean, he can speak to him somewhat, but yeah, they just kind of have to, read each other's body language.
Yeah, there's a bond. There's a rapport between them. They understand each other.
We are here.
This one scene alone, John, cost more than the original Avatar film.
God. I mean, this movie did cost an insane amount of money. This cost like $460 million or more, almost $500 million.
And they got that back in the first weekend. Actually, I don't know what they made in the first weekend. It was probably a lot.
James Cameron said this had to make $1 billion. And
minimum.
And thank goodness it did. Like, I think Fire and Ash, by comparison, is still a high-budget movie, but not... I think it's like $250. So your spirit tree is like a... It's like a sea anemone or something like that.
John, at some point we get the Under the Sea song, right?
Yeah, all those thingamabobbers down below here.
What is Awa saying?
Home reef.
Oh, I don't mind it, but we've kind of taken a slight pause on Quaritch, is that right?
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a minute.
And Spider.
Yeah.
Wow. Fascinating.
Oh, she's still in there.
She's connected to Awa.
Yeah, her soul is in the Tree of Souls. Is in the whole planet.
Hi, Ma. I'm so happy to see you.
And so she's still a kid. They're like similar height. That's funny.
Why am I different? What does the Great Mother want from me?
God, it's beautiful in here.
Who was my father?
It was Joel Moore.
My God.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that's right. That's right. Kiri has these, like, seizure things. God, and the pulsating of her little...
epilepsy with the bioluminescent lights, too.
Yeah, the bioluminescent, like, pulsating across her body. Oh. God, and like the little hairs on her skin.
Yeah, good call, John.
The little tiny divots that the, needle
I love these
leaves.
little attentions to detail.
If she seizes underwater again, it could kill her.
Oh, buddy. But she got to.
Yeah, but is she going to be okay with that?
She is particularly attenuated. Oh, little one. She's so cute. Little Took.
A marine biologist.
50 villages, 100 villages, I don't care. We'll search them all.
I hunt too, coon.
Uh-oh.
I got quotas to meet.
I'll be nice. Once. Then I won't.
Yeah, callback.
Well, if you can't get out of it, get into it.
Good motto to have, John.
Yeah, what an opportunist response. Well, all right. I don't want to get crushed by this giant blue man today, so we are hunting Jakes.
Our brothers and sisters have returned.
Oh my God. It's a veritable migration. This does make you, really pine for some kind of immersive Avatar Pandora theme park. Oh, and they got the, tribal markings. That's cool. I know they did a lot of stuff in New Zealand for this. I wonder how much, cultural consulting they did.
Because we're getting to spend so much time with the siblings and this whole new world. That was not supposed to be an Aladdin reference, but it just naturally came out.
Too bad, Andrew. Too bad.
We're definitely not getting as much time with Jake and Neytiri. I'm seeing in this rewatch.
But that's okay, almost.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it as a negative. I'm just noticing and being observant about it.
Yeah. No, it's kind of neat. Like they're still in the story, but it's very much passing it on to the next generation. Oh, my baby is strong.
They're seizing apart.
No, look at the baby. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna hate seeing the parts where they're being hunted.
Communing with the creatures. The contrast between the machinery and everything else around them is nicely handled.
Any kind of tech.
Get down. You two. You see that?
Jesus, with the cattle prods.
They never saw him. These are sea people. Forest people don't come here.
Oh, boy.
I ain't buying that. Shoot that animal.
Jesus, guys.
He doesn't give up, Sully. We killed it, Sai. No.
Oh. Oh, real despicable.
Please, please don't do this. This is wrong. What you're doing here is wrong.
You got a son to look up to,
any
who looks
shred
up
of
to you now,
humanity.
or who could potentially look up to you.
What are you doing? Who forgives him?
Yeah, dude. Well, that's what colonists often do. We just show up, even if we don't intend to stay, make our demands, wreck the rest, move on.
They're looking for you, Jake Sully. They have a human boy who speaks not faith.
Spider.
Ugh.
Yeah, and Neytiri's gonna think that he's betraying them, I think.
I mean, they killed the...
We gotta be smart. If we hit Quaritch, they're gonna know where we are, and they're gonna come here with everything they've got.
Or we can just let him keep burning other villages.
If we turn up the heat, he's just gonna keep running. We gotta draw him out.
If we start hunting here, the hostiles will come after us.
It's so fascinating they have Jermaine here to play an American guy.
Tell me, why are you outcast?
What don't we understand about you, Payakan?
Do you believe him now? Enter.
Whoa. Damn, I wonder if they must have built some kind of mouth apparatus to shoot that with.
The rest of the movie is called Free Loak.
Wow. Yeah, it's like a whole night sky.
God, you can see his lights just radiating.
Very suggestive imagery.
His eyes, I mean.
Whoa.
Let's connect.
Oh, yeah. Let's braid it up. Oh, no.
Oh,
what is that?
no.
Setups.
No.
Yeah, you knew this was coming, Pete.
This is so heartbreaking.
Yeah, full-on war flashback.
I'm so sorry.
No.
Part of what's crazy is that this, when they were shooting this, Payakan's eye there is like just a square piece of metal with some grating in it and like a pool noodle.
But there's so
much tied onto
There's so much weight and nuance in the way his eye moves, and you feel so much emoting from it.
You allowed him to bond with the outcast.
Stop judging a book by its cover.
Tulkun fought amongst themselves for territory.
Uh-oh.
So all killing was forbidden. This is the Tulkun way.
The way of Tulkun.
Payakan is a killer.
He's a defender.
Outcast.
No.
I know what I know.
That's enough.
I like this, though, standing up for what you believe in and what you know to be true. Dude, Loak has grown a great deal since we first met him in this film. Really evolved.
Definitely going for a coming-of-age journey.
He's not a killer.
No, Loa. By the Tulkun way, he is.
Does he have to pay for it for the rest of his life? He knows what he did was wrong. He would never do it again.
Yeah, he's reformed.
The whole clan hates me. Demon blood. Alien. That's all they see.
I don't see that.
We just cut this finger off. Cut off that pinky.
I see you.
I
just feel you.
I see you.
It's interesting, John. Through the siblings, you feel Jake's journey of the first film, I mean. I think it's a smart way to infuse the family dynamic.
Oh, yeah, these... I'm sure all of these they built specially or designed specially, but these little gunboats here, they actually made like working models of. There's like a company in New Zealand or Australia that makes like custom boats and yeah, fishing vessels. Fire, fire, fire! To destroy all you've done. No, they're screaming. Ugh.
Did they ever fight back? No, I've never seen them lift a fin.
Yeah.
Arming. Target lock.
Woof. Oh, God. Ugh. Hate that. Hate that. Ugh. They're taking into account, like, the casual nature of these guys. They don't even look at them as creatures, really. It's just a game to them.
Oh, I wish Payakan was there to dismantle and destroy them all.
And yeah, how cruel, like, you know, these inflatable air sacs that are just, designed to pull them up to the surface.
Oh, and the baby's not leaving the mom.
That's so freaking sad, yeah. Oh my God, and these hydraulics to open their mouth up, that's right.
Into the brain.
Oh my God.
Truly interesting seeing the contrast between going inside when they're underwater versus when they're dead.
See, this region here corresponds with our emotional centers, but proportionally, it's much larger.
You can see how soft-spoken.
That's what this is all about.
Amrita.
This stuff just happens to stop human aging, like, stops it.
Damn.
It's the fountain of youth.
Little vial here is worth like 80 million.
Jesus.
Let's sink her. No, leave the badge. I want him to know it was us.
Wow.
It was my spirit sister.
Got to see a little bit of Kate Winslet doing the actual performance.
What is this?
She's probably just acting against a big square grid with a pool noodle on it. It's insane. Like, it's the ultimate imagination exercise.
Yeah.
Like, to see what they create and then to see where they were shooting every day, you would never know.
This war has come to us. We knew, but it was over the horizon.
Out of sight, not of mind.
If you fight, then they will destroy you. They will destroy everything that you love.
Oh, yeah, grab that baby. The amount of graphical processing this movie requires is crazy.
This is a true conflict, because what would you do here if you were Jake?
That if they're hit by one of these, they're marked for death. And call for me. I'll silence it. Saving their lives, that's all that matters.
He's coming from a fatherly place.
It's a trap. They want us to hit back. They're not hunting Tulkun.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. Come on, Loak.
Oh, has he been tagged? I can't remember. Yes, he has.
Stay calm. Stay calm.
Neutralize that shit. Shit, yeah. Yeah, they're all working together now.
All in this together.
Yeah, we're all here now.
We're with a Tulkun that's under attack. Killer ships inbound.
Oof.
Do not engage. We're coming.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
You should stay back.
I ride.
I ride. We ride at dawn, as Tara would say. Yeah. Gear up montage. It's weird. He's all covered in blue, but like, these are some of my favorite Sam Worthington performances.
See how they've adapted to their diving?
Go, go, go.
Probably gotta be kind of nasty to rip that thing out.
I like how the kids that they had, the other ones that they had conflict with earlier, are helping too now.
Sellish kids.
Patrol, not you.
He
You
knows
stay here by the giant turbine propellers.
He knows he's emotionally conflicted.
Oh yeah, he knows he's way more loyal to Jake and the crew.
Ugh.
Hey, there we go, gang. There we go, gang.
You're free, Payakan.
Go that way. I'll draw them off, okay?
Look, come.
We must redeem ourselves, Payakan. Let's attack!
Nah, Payakan's gonna stay around. Payakan knows that it only ends one way.
No depth charges. Scores me, you copy. These kids are worthless to me, Dad.
Jesus. I love the tenuous cooperation he has with this guy, too.
He knows he's not a man to be trifled with, and he's in an Avatar body.
Don't lose him. Stay on him now. Planes up, going in.
Oh, hell yeah.
Must be interesting to be one of the actors who comes in for a few days to just say a bunch of, like, random stock lines.
Dude, those are my favorite tracking shots when they're in front of them.
Oh, nasty business. Nasty work. That, like, the fin to, like, harpoon ratio was nasty.
Switching.
Fire.
That dog.
No!
Ugh.
Cuff them to the rail. All of them. Let's go.
Yeah, let's make a hood ornament out of them.
Yes, they're in a James Cameron movie. They bite.
Navi inbound. Spread out. Weapons up.
When you get to this point in the movie, it does become clear, like, just how elaborate and, like, costly this must have been.
Jake,
Tell your friends to stand down.
Oh, this is their first interaction.
You come out alone. You know better than to test my resolve.
Yes, he does.
Damn, dude.
You killed your own. I will not hesitate to execute your kid.
Damn, dude. He respects women in the armed forces.
Check your fire. I'm coming out.
Foxy, foxy, what's it gonna be? Not ve, what's it gonna be?
Jake, what
is Jake?
Turn off them comms, bro. Yeah, let's go, Pyakon.
Oh,
Let's
don't
upend
you
this
be
shit.
messing with Loak!
Yeah, that's my boy you got right there. That's my dude.
I shall upon vengeance. Yeah!
Let's go, Pyakon. God, man.
He's not playing around.
The way they make, again, these camera angles look like a person could have captured
Because we
them.
saw what Pyakon has been through with Loak, and we know how valuable Loak is to him, this means a lot. It holds emotional weight.
Yeah, dude.
Woo!
Woo! Ah!
Yeah!
Let's go! Dude, yeah. Yes!
That's so cool.
The battle is on. The game is afoot.
I hope Pyakon is earning respect of the people now. Saving their daughter.
Oh, yeah. Bounce that shit right off. I know your tricks, devil man.
That's incredible. Dodging fire underwater. Using the water as cover.
Makes me wonder what the, slowing rate is of a bullet passing through water, like, yeah, smacking into water. Woo! Damn, dude. Plus, that spear is, like, gotta leave a massive wound, yeah. Yeah, these shots are great.
Oh, and they cut right before he split him in half. I imagine for that PG-13 rating.
That's the interesting thing, too, is, there's so much warfare in these movies, and yet there's so little blood that, I guess it's easy to forget about the rating, even though it never feels like R-rated. Stop! Nice POV.
Oh, he stayed on, didn't cut away.
Yeah.
Love it. Nice job, Jimmy.
James Camera. And even this, they really filled these little pods up. The design on this stuff is wild, and somebody had to spend a whole bunch of time. Ow! Nice, dude.
Way to go, Spider. Go,
Yeah,
Spider.
Spider, come
go,
on.
Spider.
Wow. And these, epic choir vocals. Oh, boy.
And we have now entered Titanic territory.
And then, a handful of authentic in-camera shots of people getting overtaken by water just to help sell this stuff. Woo! Ugh. Hey, there we go. There we go, my man.
Way to go, Pyakon.
Let's go. Tangle that shit up. Take it for a ride, Pyakon. Well, and that too, really giving credence to the creatures and really,
There's a Jaws-esque kind of contention here, except the shark is the victim here. Or the whale, or Pyakon, whatever, the tent.
That's actually what we don't know about Jaws. He actually has a really tragic origin story, and he just wants revenge.
Yeah, exactly. I actually don't want something to happen to the... Oh!
Damn, dude. Pyakon just doing all the flips right now. Smart cookie, Pyakon.
I actually don't want anything to happen to the scientists.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That is actually very unsettling. That arm is coming off, my guy. That arm is coming off. Wow!
Yeah, it came off.
I'm surprised they got that into a PG-13.
Agreed.
I know James Cameron has all the sway.
Hey, look, he got Kate Winslet's breasts in Titanic. I'm surprised that was allowed in a PG-13 as well.
I wonder if they animated that way bloodier initially so that they would have, basically, they could land on this with the MPAA as a compromise. I know sometimes people will make scenes, but yeah, I know a lot of times they'll make certain gore gags and things like way more gnarly, knowing that they will not use that just as a means of bargaining. There's like a little bit of
spider
Wilhelm in there.
Whoa! He wasn't lying. He said he knew how to use it earlier. Remember the first scene?
Yeah, Dad
said
showed
Father
me.
taught me how to use it.
Oh no! Yeah,
Did
he's
he get
grabbing,
hit?
Yeah,
I could see that. Yeah, I'm
he's
holding
grabbing
it.
his chest.
Shit. It's kind of like Sigourney Weaver in the first one where she got shot and was like she was holding.
Come on, bro. I'm shot.
Oh no.
Yeah, in the chest. That's bad news. I guess we don't know as much about the Navi's internal biology, but they must have a heart there.
Keep him up. I got him. Come on.
Oh, he's trying to be the good big brother too.
Yeah,
Aw.
for sure. God, man. And using the sun as like the clock for this, the countdown.
It's okay.
Oh.
I want to go home.
Oh.
Just hold on. We're going home. Oh, wow.
No. No, no, no.
Oh, God. God, with that massive plume of smoke and the eclipse right behind them, the sunlight running out.
As he's symbolic, as he feels like he's got blood on his hands.
Yeah. Dude, Zoe Saldana's vocal cords must be shredded every time she does one of these.
Can you hear me, Corporal? Yeah, I think you can.
Ugh.
I got your daughters.
Jesus.
Same deal as before. You for them.
God, man. This guy just does not stop.
Your sisters, where are they?
They're tied up on the ship.
They're at the moon pool.
What?
Come on, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Wow, that reflection.
Yeah.
The glass.
And his life just ran out.
They have our daughters. I need you with me.
Oh.
And I need you to be strong right now. Strong heart.
It's gonna be a time for mourning.
Strong heart.
We just have to hold it together right now.
Hard. Well, and this is where his, military background comes in handy. He's in like a moment of crisis, a moment of great anguish. He is able to unite them.
And be strong.
Yeah. He's able to get everybody on task.
Yeah.
So that we can mourn this later once we've lived to do so.
See that warrior Neytiri.
Early
I
on.
want to go with you. You've done enough.
Yeah, you've done enough for one day.
Dude, it's not his fault. Are you kidding? Come on, man. I get you're in a state of sadness right now, but
He's
that
still
is
got a little bit more to prove to his father, Loak.
that is not cool to put the guilt on your.
There we go. I love that they just hitch a ride on a creature real quick. God. Yeah, like shots like that had to have been crazy in terms of just like the intersection of technologies. It's fun too because you get all the water simulation every time they come out of the water itself in the actual soundstage.
Talk to me, Corporal. The ship's going down and your girl's with it. Your boy didn't have to die. You brought that on yourself.
Did he see that he got shot? How did he know that?
Good question.
I'm just curious.
One of his other goons must have got visual confirmation.
That he shot him?
Yeah.
So let's get this over with before you lose another kid.
Whoever tagged him on their way out must have noticed.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, buddy.
Get down!
Ooh, create a little chaos.
This ship has seen better days.
Yeah, right. This is gonna be such an expensive cleanup job. Love to see Neil Blomkamp's Avatar. These like mech suits, I know.
It's been a long time since are you talking about District 9?
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of mech exoskeleton suits exist across science fiction, but...
Whoa! Whoa!
That was pretty sick.
Been a long time since I watched it. I think I saw District 9 in 2009 when I was working at Hollywood Video and I rented it.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Got to rewatch it.
This stuff kind of reminds me of that, although that stuff is reminiscent of
I just
Aliens
remember
and
how
other
that
things.
movie ends, and now I was tripping when that happened.
Yeah. I like horn flourish in the music.
She is pissed!
Yeah.
Understandable.
She plays that primal maternal rage really well.
Yeah, but you can feel it even in her motions and her movements as beyond just her voice.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, she embodies that, you know?
You can feel the rage.
Nobody does
surfing through her.
desperate anguish like Zoe Saldana. Wow.
Ooh. Isn't she in the top 3 highest grossing movies ever?
I think so.
Avatar 1 and 2 and Endgame? That's quite an honor.
Yeah.
But like you can feel the arrows just coming out of her bow.
Him noticing that feather on the arrow.
Like the arrows coming out of her bow are coming out with more
They're
venom.
coming for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it, little one. Never give up, never surrender. Whoa! Very cool with the bow there around that guy's neck.
She is not playing around right now.
Woo! Woof.
She's literally turned into a Terminator right now.
She's feral.
I'm worried
he's
for
afraid,
Spider.
Yeah.
Anything human, she's going after.
Because he knows that she doesn't fully accept him. Oh no, your daddy's bow.
It can be repaired.
Where's your sister? Where's she?
That way.
Is it the way of water?
That way of water.
No!
Hell yeah, my man. Oh, I love he's got the little meat tenderizer on the handle.
You already lost one kid today. You really want to lose another?
Do not test me.
Oh.
Weapons down.
Don't do it.
Down.
Where's Spider? Grab Spider! But don't hurt him.
Do it.
Your son from my daughter.
Cuff yourself.
No, don't hurt her, okay? Don't.
Stand there. Don't move. Not a step.
Yeah, come on, Neytiri.
Son of a bitch.
I love these slap bracelet handcuffs.
Release, or I got to.
What, you think I care about some kid?
Wow.
He's not mine.
Yeah.
We're not even the same species.
You were.
Please let her go.
Please, don't kill him.
Yeah, he cares so much about Carrie. He's willing to give his own life.
Fascinating, yeah.
Poor son.
Yeah, what do you say?
Ooh,
he blinked.
Yeah,
He
he
blinked.
did. Dude, I love the level of depth they're giving Courage in this film. So much better than the first one.
It's much more interesting.
Yeah.
Even though he's not like completely overhauled, there's just something interesting you
Yeah.
note that's gestating along the movie.
He was just so one note in the first film, as cartoonish and fun as it was.
I owe you a death.
I'm coming.
Knowing we got sequels.
Kill your whole family.
Yeah.
Let's get it done.
Let's get it done. That's pretty badass, I gotta say.
Ooh. Magic!
Oh yeah, get that fire water. Get that layer of oil burning.
Giving me True Lies vibes.
Stay close.
And Free Willy too. No.
Oh my god, dude. Oh no. Took.
Shit.
Yeah, man. It is fascinating to look at a movie like this because then you realize like something like this is culminating so many of the things James Cameron has learned and innovated over all of his movies. Like, I'm sure they used what they learned from Titanic on this.
Oh, totally.
And improved upon that.
Definitely. Yeah, you feel the scope and the weight, but the cinematography and the budget have definitely ramped up.
Yeah. Well, they're able to make this feel pretty vital, even though this probably, probably
CGI?
almost none of this was probably there. Whereas on
Other than
Titanic, most of it was probably there,
Yeah,
or much of it.
It's all practical. But this feels real.
Well, it's a credit to the fact that on set they really went the extra mile to like create the conditions, even if the world is obviously not there.
And this is a gut-wrenching fight too, because we know emotionally what Jake has just been through and how personal this is.
Oh yeah, it's a desperate, and ugly brawl.
And we know that this guy's never gonna stop too, so this is a fight for his family.
Never gonna stop, man, never gonna stop.
Oh no, wrong shirt.
Yeah, my
You
Rob
changed
Zombie's
it.
in the other room.
Where is Payakon?
We are in a point of the movie where you're like, okay, you kind of know all the things that need to happen, and you're kind of watching the orchestration more
James
so.
Cameron's like, all right, I got Free Willy 1, I got to get my Free Willy 2 moment and my True Lies moment.
Well, no, yeah, but the way that I feel like in the first Avatar, it's an earlier point for me as a viewer where you go like, okay, I pretty much know the rest of what has to happen, and now it's about watching it unfold. And I feel like we're getting to that point later in this movie.
I'll give this for Jimmy. This does make me want to rewatch Free Willy 1 and 2. Although I do need to watch 3, The Rescue.
I've only seen the first one, and
I've seen all.
only saw it as a kid.
I have seen and own all 3.
But yeah, I feel like this movie gets to a much later point before you have that sort of like, okay, we need to do the wrap-up stuff, we need to do the final battle stuff. In terms of pacing, I feel like this movie flies, and you notice it less than the first movie, even though this movie's longer.
I do remember the sun comes in with Payakon, or at least that's what I'm going to remember right now.
Oh my god. They make the teeth look really good in this too. God, man, what a day on set this must have been. Just wriggling around in the tank, choking one another.
But it looks awesome on screen.
Yeah. Whew. The way he just shoves them. Good riddance.
Into the abyss.
Double tap, man. That guy's not gonna be gone until you rip his whole head off. This is a nightmare. This would be freaky as hell.
Yeah, I'd be really terrified at this point.
Trying to keep your cool, going through corridor after corridor, just in search of where the air begins.
Mom and Dad are down there in the ship.
Bro, I'm good, go.
He's not. Is he with? Oh, he's not with Payakon. But maybe Payakon does come? I don't know. It's been a while, guys.
It's been a while. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So crazy in 3 years what you recall and what goes off into the ethos.
Oh, yeah. Into the ether.
Ether. Thank you, Jonald. Shows how much media we really consume.
Oh, yeah. When you're taking in life and a whole lot of other media day in, day out, there's only so much space for all them deets. Oh, that ain't Jake.
I forgot, does Spider save his dad here?
No, he actually murders him, and then he comes back bathed in his blood, wearing his head as a hat.
God damn it, Spider. I know he's your dad, but he's not. But he's like, there's sequels. I have no choice. Otherwise, the film series ends here. Still his dad at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I understand. Even if he causes so much death. This is Dexter with Trinity.
Yes, of course. 1-to-1 similarity.
Wait,
he said F word too.
What, are you allowed 2 F words in a PG-13, right?
I think so, depending on context, yeah. And they showed some footage from this, too. Like, they really had him dragging this big, heavy thing around. I can't remember if it was actually Stephen Lang or... What are you doing here?
I'm studying about the team on my phone. Focus. Focus on now.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
We can go over the guilt trip after.
It's funny, they tried to do dry for wet, as they say. They tried to basically capture people on wire rigs, mimicking swimming. And the reason they chose to do so much of this underwater was because it just did not sell right. It's like your brain knows the difference. There's an uncanny valley there where there's resistance in water that is just too hard to recreate, in a simulated above air environment.
I think so, but Dad, it's gonna be a long breath hold.
I can't make it.
Oh, no.
You can't.
No.
You gotta go right now.
No.
Mama, I'm scared. It's all right.
And this is a great little check back in with the parental protective instincts. They've gone through the soldier part of this, and now they're just desperate parents trying to protect their kids.
Such a beautiful serenity to all this.
Oh, yeah, they had a bunch of footage of Sigourney just sitting underwater, just wiggling around with the bioluminescent creatures.
Read from here.
Oh, using what she taught him to help his father.
God, and you can even see his little exhale on the water there.
The way of water has no beginning and no end.
Oh my God, my son is a man.
Use your home before your birth and after your death.
Yeah. Take the oath. You are a sea person now.
Life to death.
Death to life.
Darkness to light.
Wow.
It's like a meditation. Trail of breadcrumbs to light your way.
Whenever you're lost in the darkness, look for the light, John.
Again, that shot from above water to below water.
Mom, I'm gonna give this to you.
Yeah. Mom, you can wear my jetpack.
Dad, you can do this.
You can do it!
Big breaths.
We are one. Let's do it.
I was going to say, of all the actors, it seemed like Zoe Saldana got the least time in the tank.
Follow me.
She doesn't have as many underwater sequences
And
to
I'm
do.
sure as she saw that in the script and was told that, she's like, awesome, I'm cool with that.
She did say she was one of the cast members who was very much kind of averse to the deep dives and stuff. Like, not that she didn't, get on board with everybody and do the work, but yeah, she was definitely very daunted by it, so they said.
I would imagine so. I would be too.
They said some of the actors really took immediately to just being in the water and doing the dives and really loved that, and some had to really overcome that to, do these sequences.
See, for me, I've seen the movie Jaws 10,000 times, and that would just be in the back of my head, even though we're in controlled tanks. I still would think Bruce would come out somewhere and get me.
Yes, of course. That's actually what they did. They just kept spooking the actors with a big shark. It's the most elaborate prank. Cost $40 million.
Hayakon!
Hell yeah, dude. Dude, man, and like Hayakon, they make you feel for this big whale guy. It's crazy.
Oh,
God, look at these shots.
That's a good callback.
Son. That's
great callback from
Yeah.
the first film.
I mean, that's what they say. That's just a reaffirmation of something that runs through both of these films.
I see you.
I see you.
Yeah, I don't. I'll find my ponytail somewhere.
I got connected to your mustache.
Hey.
There you go.
God.
Sullies stick together.
That's right.
Flashbangs stick together.
Thank you, great mother.
She's speaking to great mother like as a spiritual being and also actually to Grace.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to present so much conflict and drama into the third film with Spider. You have allowed so much death to happen now, Spider, as a result of this.
I wonder what transformation he'll undergo in the third film.
Son,
Oh, he called him son.
come with me.
If you want to live.
Yeah.
Spider!
Just that one line right there alone takes away all the one notes we got from him in the first movie of just come to Papa.
I love that the kid's name, he goes by
Aw.
Spider, but his real name is Miles.
Miles.
And then he realized, like, man, I can't be the Black Spider, man. Damn, dude. You got a good sense of direction.
Monkey boy.
Monkey boy.
So you remember how Neytiri felt betrayed by Jake for leading the Sky People and the whole nefarious plan he had in the beginning of the...
You all right?
I imagine they're going to feel the same way about him, just saving...
Definitely be a conflict of sorts.
I mean, yeah.
He's
Got such an electrifying voice.
Every song chord must have a last beat.
Yeah, burial at sea now. God, with the petals in the little burial chamber. Well, and two, I love they take this time for the spiritualism, the hymns, the beads. I do wish we, got to love this character.
I would have liked to spend more time, but there's so many moving parts. It's hard. It's not easy with so many different characters' focus that we had to stay on.
I like that Loak.
I do agree with you. I'm not arguing with you. Yeah, you would have felt this even more if we got to spend just even a little bit more time with his character, but you still feel it.
Holds all her children in her heart.
It's just like all the other kids are
Nothing is ever lost.
Very well defined.
Yeah,
you
they're
really
distinct.
get to spend.
Even Took.
I mean, we
the
still
right
got
amount because she's
we
the
still
littlest one.
got
She
we
doesn't
still
have
got
as much
to we
do.
still got to know this character and what he stands for and all that, but we didn't get to spend a great deal of time with him. But
Yeah, he's just the proficient older brother.
does what he's told.
And it's a beautiful burial. Like that whole enchanted luminescent anemone thing is gorgeous. And the way everybody else sells it is great.
We'll move on tomorrow, far away from here.
No, you're part of our tribe.
You are Metkayina now.
Metkayina.
Ooh,
now.
Metkayina.
And there it was.
We're family.
We are sea people now.
Masala.
This is our home.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, you get that feel of what we got in the first movie, just underwater.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what the Fire People's Tree of Souls will be like.
Curious.
God, they almost look like peacock feathers mixed with jellyfish.
Love to see like a burning type of feel, but without it actually being destroyed.
When they all get to commune and go see Grace.
Oh,
they can go see
now they can communicate with him.
Ned, whatever Big Brother's name was.
Oh, they can communicate with their son now, John.
Yeah.
He's all around them. Oh, buddy.
Look what I caught.
Oh, buddy.
He's in that pool.
I would imagine Neytiri's like in a happy memory with him too of her own.
Right where he said.
What is it, Dad? Why are you crying?
Oh.
She's happy to see you. Boy.
My son?
Here, you try.
Okay.
Oh, and he's got 3 fingers.
You leaving it for me?
Maybe.
Oh, Neytiri.
He's like in pure form.
At least they can always go to a place where they can see him. That doesn't make it better, but it's better than nothing.
Well, and it has it comes with a broader spiritual sense.
By running.
Yeah, definitely.
This is our fortress.
It's very symbolic.
This is where we make our stand.
Open those eyes like in the last movie. That's how we end it.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see the flowing
Not
waves
bad.
through the font.
Absolutely can. Well done, Jimmy Camera.
Yes. Oh, you got there.
Wowie. Yeah, man, this is really something special.
Yeah.
Like, I got to give it to him. As much as, again, people have their criticisms of these movies, this is definitely a thick-ass film. Look at that. 5 story by credits.
A lot of chefs in the kitchen.
This is a thick one, and RIP to John Landau, because, I mean, he championed these hard. But this is a really big undertaking, and it's impressive. Like, I really feel like with this movie, they built on everything that they did in the first one and certainly listened to some
And
of the
expanded
criticisms
upon.
of the story. Not that this one even has, like, a crazy, more complex story. There are a lot of moving parts. There are a lot of characters, but, like, I thought they gave this the right amount of additional characterization. They kept up with the spiritualism and the, interesting flourishes of the lore and the culture. And yeah, made a very wondrous movie, but also, an effectively, thrilling sci-fi action movie as well. I feel like they split the difference in this one between, the looming threat, but also, again, the discovery and the beauty and the majesty of the world. And two, like, again, for a movie that is so CG heavy, for a movie that is so heavily reliant on visual effects, I really do feel like they managed to create a sense of movie magic still. It's like we see a lot of stuff that is done mostly or largely or even completely in a computer, and sometimes it doesn't carry any weight or stakes, and I feel like this approach, really going out of your way to create filming conditions that are as, kind of tangible as possible for your performers, and for, the overall, core of your building blocks, I think it really pays off in a movie like this,
Yeah.
especially with such an ambitious idea as doing a movie that is constantly shooting underwater and above water from just having been underwater. Like, there's just so much there,
Yeah. By the way, before I continue, if you are listening on Apple or Spotify, make sure you give us a 5-star rating. We are. If you are not, never mind.
I don't think they will be, because this is pretty much the end of the video now.
Okay. Well,
thank you to Prepper for
thank you,
chopping
Prepper.
these down.
We appreciate
if you
you.
happen to be here, leave a like on the video and subscribe to
Jimmy
get notified
Horner.
the next, when the next commentary comes your way.
I as I pointed out at the opening of this, at the intro, I've only seen this film one time. I remember just being floored just by the visuals and captivated. I don't know if the story, remember comparing it as I pointed out earlier, Free Willy and Titanic and all that. And I still feel a little bit of the same way, but I'm still, the emotional beats as I felt in the first film are there, and I expanded. The world building is, I really love what they did with Korg. Is that how you say it? Mm-hmm. I like that they really got off the just one defining trait in terms of one note and the tone of his character. And we saw that there's some complexity. There is a little bit of humanity in there. And when it comes to his son, he's kind of got that same beat as Jake and Zoe Saldana's Neytiri. He will do kind of, he's got a soft spot when it comes to protecting family. And I think that's a very fascinating thing to compare, especially when a man will do whatever it takes to get the mission done, whereas Jake and Neytiri will do whatever it takes to protect family. And he's kind of somewhat in that similar train, too. We saw what was about to happen. He was the first one to blink there when she was about to kill Spider there.
Yeah, there's something growing inside of him. It's like his character is largely...
And he called him son.
He kind of, fills the same role he did the first time. He is, ruthless, and he's pursuing Jake. But yeah, just the addition of the question of his humanity.
Yeah, and granted, we didn't spend it. John and I already mentioned it a few times. We didn't spend a ton of time with the oldest son. Still did feel that death. We could have felt it a little bit more if we're just nitpicking.
Yeah, Natayam, I feel like, definitely could have used some meat on that bone.
Definitely.
I kept forgetting he was in the movie. And I thought, actually, rewatching this, I thought he died early on, and that was like part of Loak's redemption.
Right. But I did love, though, with is it Sigourney Weaver's Cora or
Kiri?
Yeah. Sorry, so many damn names.
Yeah.
And then with the other son, I really felt like we got the journey and some that we got with Jake's character in the first film. You got with the other son and the chief's daughter, you got a little bit of Neytiri and Jake in the first film.
Yeah.
And also, too, he's got to prove something to himself, not only his father, but to himself as well. And also everyone's kind of like, because Jake had the issue with his legs, everyone was kind of just like, not looking at him as someone who was not, I'm not going to use the word valued, but just like underestimating, rather, is the word I'm looking at. And, in
the first movie, he's very much in a place where he's just being shoved somewhere, both like, okay, well, you have this disability now, so this is a place where we can use you.
But
you're kind of being shuffled off over here. And then for the scientists, it's like, oh, great, now we have you to deal with.
Yeah, but I like that he comes from a place of,
even with his legs, is what I'm saying.
But because he feels he's got a place, he's coming from a place of, we mentioned selfishness, into a selfless place. He's got a thing to prove. Like, he really is a coming-of-age story, and I think there's something symbolic and something beautiful in that, and that he really does grow a great deal. I really feel his arc. And the same thing with Kiri. She is, not only is she going through, a little bit of loss because she's finding herself in this, a little bit of an identity crisis, because she's being called out for, being a freak or whatever, because she's half and half. But it's the spiritual journey she's going on, kind of like Jake. Like, there's this whole greater ordeal out here, and something that's greater than myself.
She's half and half, but she's also like attuned to the earth in a unique way that people seem to be. But
that's where I'm saying, like, the journeys are colliding between her brother and her with Jake from the first movie, and I think it's just very harmonious and very beautiful. And I like seeing that the world building of the Water Clan people, but then also too, we're getting like Jake's spiritual journey, and then seeing the value in something bigger than myself, and not being selfish, and being learning to be selfless. And then also the love, we get that the love story, rather, between the chief's daughter. There's some of the chief's daughter, right?
Yeah.
Getting that love story again. So I think there was a lot of beats from the first movie, but it was still done in a way that didn't feel tedious or repetitive.
Yeah, it's like, because these movies are about, they're constantly being pursued by the threat of, colonialism and resource mining and all sorts of other things. There are similarities definitely in terms of like what's happening here, and so much of the uniqueness movie to movie and the development movie to movie is learning the world, expanding the lore, learning not only the culture of the different Na'vi, but also, how the world is interconnected, and that, even these majestic sea creatures have their own culture, have their own thoughts and emotions, and you really, deepen the world just through experience. It's very experiential. It puts you in there, and it lets you behold the wonder, and it really lets you see what there is to lose and love, as a means of getting us on board with the characters.
Absolutely.
And as of, juicing the, vitality of the fight and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
And like there are similar beats, especially with like Quaritch or things like that. But even, just the little details added help to make a more interesting, richer picture. Even if the story, is like simple on the building blocks side, this one, has a lot more interesting flourishes. And two, Jake, it's like in the first movie, you're watching a guy find his direction. In this movie, you're watching a guy who's like reached a status of leadership but wants to keep what he's built. And he's stripped of that in terms of the culture, but he does have, his core family to protect. And then, later on, learning that, you can't just run, you need to
stand and
stake
fight.
your, spot and live as long as you can, fight for that as much as you have to.
Also, too, you need to prepare your children to grow up as well. And that's not an easy thing to do for the horrors of the world.
You got to be real about the world that exists around them.
For sure. And if there weren't more films coming out, I probably wouldn't be as forgiving of this, and maybe this is more of a nitpick, but I mentioned it earlier about the whole Ellen Ripley with Bishop and Sarah Connor with the Terminator. I really want to see, of course, we're going to get some dramatic conflict now that Spider has let his father survive and live with Quaritch, which has to happen. Yeah, it's going to create some interesting dramatic conflict. But
I hope that makes Quaritch more interesting next time. I feel like that gives us a lot of interesting development.
It's going to give him some.
It's
going to give him some complexity. He even said son at the end. But what I'm getting at here, I want to see some resolve, and I want to see the arc for Neytiri really accepting Spider at some point, when obviously we're going to see the issue that's going to arise from, you allowed this man, look at all the destruction he's causing. And Spider's going to have to see, like, within his own heart that he made the wrong choice, even if it was his father or the avatar of his father. But I want to see Neytiri at some point, whether it's a good debate, at some point in the third film, the fourth film, fifth film, to accept, even if Spider has to sacrifice him, whatever it has to do, to make a choice. Am I with the sky? Am I with my father and the sky people, even though he's an avatar, or am I with you guys truly? So.
Well, I think it's a good driver of conflict for next time, because you could see how, the teachings of, the spiritualism of the Na'vi would compel him to be like, this is a living thing. I shouldn't just leave him to die, even though we know that he's done everything to deserve that. So I feel like, this will definitely lead to some interesting drama with Neytiri, Spider, Quaritch, all them. Yeah. I hope Quaritch gets to be a bit more developed next time in terms of just like, I don't know, I could envision a world where the third movie kind of sees him, I don't know, departing somewhat from his, steadfast adherence to the mission and learning the world around him more and becoming sort of a different person. But either way, this is a really beautiful undertaking, both in terms of just like how much effort you could tell went into it, and also just what appears on screen. The beautiful spiritualism, just the vibes, the aura is so much of what make these movies what they are, not to mention then the designs, the effects, the beauty of the elements. Yeah. The messages about ecology and conservation and, respecting the creatures and the land and all that stuff and being one with your environment. I think this builds on the first movie and improves on it in every way possible. Like the first movie I go back to and I'm like, you know what? I kind of like this more than I remember. This movie I liked when I saw it, and I still think it's a really beautiful feat now.
And I think the relationship, too, between Payakan and the other son was...
What's Loak. That's one of the best parts of this movie.
One of the most beautiful aspects, because nobody's really seeing him for who he is, and this creature who can kind of communicate with him, or actually can't communicate with him, but still not in a verbal essence. Like, I think there's such a beautiful and stoic relationship between these two, and they just understand each other. Yeah. And especially when we see like the depth that goes into seeing what Payakan has been through, and then it adds so much more emotional weight to the relationship, and then when he has to save him at the end, it's beautiful. It's so cathartic too to see Payakan like come in and
vindicated.
For sure.
And to see the ways in which even the creatures of this world have prejudices or conflicts between each other, even though it is such a world that presents as so unified.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen. It's not again, it's not the end of the world story-wise or character-wise, but just a little bit of... I talked about Neytiri, like, accepting Spider at some point in the third, fourth, or fifth. Even Kate Winslet, for all the crap talking she was doing about Pyakon. Like, Pyakon did save her daughter. I would have liked for her to, like, just have some accountability and admit that she was wrong, and Pyakon is, like, this wonderful thing now. And so
I feel like we kind of get a little bit of that, but at the time, you're wrapping up the movie. I feel like they knew
I understand.
we can't do a ton of
it probably
coda-ing.
slows the pace down. I understand, but just like a little quick, like, oh my god, but whatever. Like, it can even be a quick line, but it just as you would say, vindicates us, the audience, and also makes the character grow a little bit. Just seeing that she was wrong gives her some accountability. I think that's evolving and growth there, but.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm sure in an extended cut, or maybe even next time if we see a little bit of them, we'll have a recheck on like, oh, now the Tulkun are in a different, harmonious space with them and everyone, I imagine we'll see Pyakon again.
We better.
I'd
be sad if we don't.
Some fun supporting actors. I always love Jermaine in here as this just sort of Zen American guy who like hates the position he's in, but
you can see how conflicted he was. I actually appreciated that.
Just a really beautifully hewn movie. Definitely some things you could adjust here or there to make it, not such a Hulk, but even then I think it earns much of what it is.
He kind of reminded me a slight bit of Sigourney Weaver in the first one, just in terms of a scientist working for a company
he respects the land.
Yeah, didn't want it to be doing this shit, but he's working for them, but kind of has no power in stopping them at the same point, but respects them.
Yeah, really impressive feat of movie magic. Really great way to recontextualize the wonder of the first one into a whole new environment. Sure. Some really beautiful designs and imagery.
Absolutely. The music, the cinematography, the direction, the acting, making every shot really count, filling up the frames, and just I can understand why this would take. I know it sucks for us as an audience to have to wait from 2009 to 2022. I agree. But when you see this, presented, you're like,
what they needed to create to make this possible.
I understand why it would take this long. I can imagine it's a nightmare to make this.
They had to go literally invent the technology to do this.
Yeah, I'd rather it takes from 2009 to 2022 and get something of this quality than in 2013 or 2014 and not get something to this level for sure. So it was worth the wait. I thought it was great. And I'm looking forward. This makes me so pumped up for Fire and Ash. I'm glad we got to rewatch this. I will not be reacting to Fire and Ash. I will be seeing that in theaters. I'm not sure who's going to be, but be on the lookout for whoever. I would imagine Aaron and maybe Tara. Someone
will be here. You'll see it.
It'll be up on the channel.
You'll know when you know.
Make sure you hit that notification bell to see who's going to be reacting to that. But if you stuck with us, we appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed these commentaries. All my rambling of the references and of all Jimmy Cameron films and all. But take care, be safe, and make sure you breathe underwater slowly but surely.
That's right. From here.